Hey, so Playmobil had a 40% off sale about a month ago and I went nuts. I have got so many Playmobil sets here for my grandkids. I have two sets of grandkids that it's going to be Christmas gifts or birthday gifts. I got a mixture going on, but when I saw that sale, I had to just snatch them up. And now I got to decide who's getting what. I kind of got that figured out mostly, but also what's going to be for Christmas and what's going to be for birthdays. But I started thinking about it, and I thought, there's just so many great sets in Playmobil. I don't know that everybody really realizes it because they're usually not in the stores, or there will be just a few little sets in the stores. And so I've been stunned at how many amazing sets there are out there as I've started to get into it with my grandkids. Anyway, so I want to just share what I got, and maybe it'll inspire you for maybe a direction you might want to go for the kids in your life or the grandkids in your life if you're looking to get them started in Playmobil, or maybe they've already gotten started and you want to add to what they've got. This will give you some ideas of what's out there right now. And so we'll start with one side of my family where there's two boys and a girl, and they are 4, 6, and 8, and they already have some pirate stuff that I got them a couple years ago. Mostly the one boy, but they all play with it. They all love it. One boy's like really into Lego, so I usually focus more on Lego sets with him, but he loves Playmobil just as much. Well, not just as much. He's a definite Lego guy, but he loves Playmobil also. My point is, all the kids in the family, boys and girls, all play with these sets, so it's a great gift that probably boy or girl, just about any age in that younger younger elementary age would love it. So for the pirates, they already have a Treasure Island pirate set that I got a few years ago. It's retired now, so you have to get it secondhand. But this year, when I got the 40% off, I was able to add to it. I got them a pirate ship. So the pirate ship's only about this big, which is great because it's not huge. I have huge ones at my house that aren't Playmobil, and they do love that. But it was nice that it's small because their house is small and all the kids share a room. So Playmobil being smaller scale in general, even though these boxes, some of them are huge, once you put them together, the set itself is small. So it's a good idea if you have small space to consider when you're getting gifts for somebody. So to start off with, one of the boys is going to get this pirate harbor, and it's so fun. It's just classic Playmobil as far as there's trapdoors everywhere, at least in all the pirate themed stuff, and they love the trapdoors, and there's cannons and swords and treasures and little things in the treasure chest. The detail in Playmobil is amazing, and this set is for sure no disappointment there. But there's just all kinds of stuff. There's a thatched roof, and there's a shark, a hammerhead shark here, and a map, and a cage, and a trap door to fall down into the water. It's so fun. I know they're gonna love it to add to what they've got. Flags and what do you call it? Not a telescope. Yeah, I guess a telescope. That's what that's called. Anyway, they're gonna love this to add to the mix of what they have. That way there can be like, two separate camps of pirates, because you might have pirates that are warring each other even. So they've got the Treasure Island base camp, and then they'll have this base camp, this harbor over here, where they can be fighting back and forth type of a deal. And then the other boy is going to get this one, which is Skull Island. And this one's also super fun because the eyes open up and then the cannons come out to shoot. And the mouth opens up for like a secret opening. It kind of comes up and then you can walk in. And this one also has some treasure chests, which is fun, and a couple more pirate guys, and some kind of a weird octopus guy. This might actually be based on a show, this particular one. Let me see. It doesn't say that it is, but I'm actually not a real big fan of the octopus guy. But that's all right. They have other pirates, and this is a good pirate guy here. And I wonder if these guys are in it. That guy looks funny there with his white mask. I'll have to look. The other thing that can be fun with these sets is you don't have to just then always get Playmobil things to add to it. Once they kind of get a little scene going like this, there's all sorts of things that can add to the mix. And kids will do this on their own. You don't have to do it for them. They're going to do it whether you encourage it or not. But like, for example, on the birthday, when I gave the one grandson his pirate ship, I also had found a shark at the thrift store. And so I threw that in there so that they can have a shark. Now this other set's going to have a hammerhead shark, but the shark can be going along with the ship, and coming up, and they got to shoot the shark or whatever, and just make it more exciting. And then I also had got him a rock. I don't know what the name of the guy was, but he's kind of a rock monster that can be somebody to battle against. And there was a fire tiger, things that just make it exciting, something to shoot the cannons at or throw the spear at or whatever. It's going to be fun. And the granddaughter loves to do all these things too, but I think that there's one girl pirate in the mix, and then from the previous set that I got. But then I also added, I'm going to just give her a little extra this year, is a Viking girl, because it's just another warring figure, so she can have some more girl warriors to fight with. And then also for that girl, this is incredible and huge and ridiculous, but Bamba went nuts. She's gonna get this dollhouse, and I cannot wait to give it to her. She's been really wanting some kind of a dollhouse, and they live in a little apartment, and all three kids share one room. So there's not much room. And even though this is a big box, once it's put together, it's just going to be small. And again, that's one of the things that's nice about this, if you need that, is that in general, Playmobil sets are pretty small scale. Anyway, so she's going to get this house, and this is incredible. It's a house with a horse stable attached to it. Actually, I think you can actually take it off and put it in another area if you want to. And this one, and there are other ones too in Playmobil that are based on, I don't know if this is a TV show or a Netflix show or what, but it's the horses of Waterfall. And so it's those characters, which is another fun thing about Playmobil, is if your kid or grandkid is into a certain show, there might be Playmobil sets that are based on that, which is fun. And so this one, all the different sets I saw that are in this theme looked great. But even though my granddaughter doesn't even know about this, she's going to love it, just because the house is so fun, and all the characters that come with it. And there's a horse, and I don't know how much you can see on the screen, but I'll pop it up in a picture if you can't see it. There is I'll turn it like this maybe. There's a pig and a horse and a baby horse and dogs, boys and girls, cat, a saddle to put on the horse, a bird. It's so cute. And then this is an example of setting the stable in a new area, separate from the house. So there's a nice little fence area, wheelbarrow. So great. The only negative about this set was that the house does come with some furniture. So there's a table and chairs and some kitchen items like a stove and sink, and then there's a couch and chairs. But there's no bedroom in it, which I thought was odd. But they are packing it with all sorts of stuff. Maybe it would have just made the price too crazy. So because it doesn't have a bed, I got one more set to go with this. She's just gonna get, top gift this year. So let me set this down here. And let's see, where do I have it? And so I got this set to go with it because it has the bed, and it also has a dad in it, which I really like. So that's the one thing. Playmobil maybe is a little better about it, but in general though, Playmobil and Lego, it seems like a lot of the sets, at least the ones that I've been getting, like I get a lot of the Friends sets from for my other set of granddaughters, and it doesn't seem like they put boys in there that much. And then vice versa, it kind of seems like in some of these Playmobil deals, it'll be like all girls or all boys. And so that's one of the fun ways you can add to the Playmobils if you get sets for your kids is potential future gifts would be like if they got a set with a bunch of girls, well, you could look specifically for sets with boys that they can add to the mix. But anyway, so this has Dad in it and a bed. It's got a high chair, a bassinet that swings, a rocking horse, changing table with a little star mobile. It's incredible. A little lamp, a little play toy for on the ground. It's just so fun. They do such a good job. She's gonna love this so much. I just had to get it for her and give it to her right away. She's gonna have a birthday in May, and I just didn't want to wait. I just want her to have the fun of the house right from the get-go of having, the kitchen, a living room, and a bedroom that she can start with right off the bat. So I'm splurging on her a bit this year. But again, all this was 40% off, so that does help. It helps a lot. I would have never been able to get all these sets if they hadn't been 40% off. And then what I am holding out for her birthday is this set, which is like a super duper kitchen that she can put in that house, or just use the kitchen and set it up in another area of her living room at her house, to have like another house to visit or whatever. This is amazing also. It has the sink and a dishwasher that opens. All the little pieces that go in these are just amazing. So much detail and all kinds of food items and a bigger table, a double oven for the wall, a mixer. So incredible. There's a skillet with fried eggs that go in it. I'm not even mentioning everything. There's silverware. And anyway, I'll hold this out for her birthday to add to her mix there. And the boys will play with this with her too. So they'll have like the whole pirate scene where they can really get rowdy, and then they can have the mom and dad and the girls and the horses and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure at some point pirates are going to attack the house, most likely. Or maybe the monster's going to attack the house and the pirates will be the good pirates and they'll come save them, because that's kind of how they play. So it's going to be so fun. I can't wait for them to get these sets and have fun with them. Okay, and then for my other set of grandkids, it's 2 girls, and they are 5 and 7. And I started them off in Playmobil a few years ago with the Spirit theme. That's the name of a movie about a horse named Spirit, and the girl that rides Spirit is Lucky. And there was a movie about it, and then there was a TV show. Maybe there's still a TV show. They love both of them anyway. I did see the movie. It's a really good movie if you haven't watched it. So when I started them in the set, in Playmobil, I had gotten them Lucky's bedroom, even though they didn't have a house for it, and they can just set it up anywhere they want. And then a couple other like wintertime scenes that I didn't even know what they meant because I hadn't seen the movie at that time or the TV show, and I probably won't even get it right now. But there was one that was like a wintertime concert, like a Christmas concert. So there was like an outdoor stage and a microphone and Christmas decorations and a wreath for the horse, and can't remember what else. And then there was another set that was like a festival. So again, sort of like outdoor booths and stuff that their little characters can go to, and all kinds of little food items and stuff. And those girls in particular have always loved little things. They always have a little purse with little things in it, or this little container with these little things in it. So this whole scene with Playmobil and all the detail they put into the sets, little extras, they love that. Of course, those things can get lost, but it sure adds to the fun to have all those elements in there. So what those girls were missing was a house to play with all of these characters in. And there was a house that went with that theme of Spirit and Lucky, and it was called Lucky's Happy house or happy home, something like that. It's like a yellow Victorian looking house, and it retired. That set did, so you can't get it anymore. And I didn't get it for him because that was too expensive, and I had just gotten these small pieces because I thought that would be fun. And my daughter had intended the next year to get it and kind of got sidetracked and got something else that year. Well, then it retired, and there's like no way to get it. Well, this year I decided to just scour for secondhand and see if I could find one that was in good shape, because it would be so fun to have the house for that set. Well, I got lucky and I found it on eBay, and it actually was new in the box. Somebody had it and had never opened it. And it was expensive, but it wasn't insane. Like sometimes the retired Lego sets, I don't know about Playmobil for sure, but retired sets and Legos sometimes like quadruple in price. Like I got one set, a Christmas set for my one of my sons. It was for his family, is what I'm trying to say. Several years ago, it was around $100. Well, it sells for like $400 now on eBay. Anyway, this Lucky's Happy House was around $100, so it was more than it was when it was new, like on the shelf, but not crazy. And it was such a rare thing to see one that's still new, and you knew everything was going to be there, so I bought it. And I haven't decided yet if they're going to get it. The two girls, either they'll share it for Christmas or share it for their birthdays. I haven't decided. So they're going to have that house. And so they'll have the house, and they have all the other little scenes, the little winter scenes that they had from previous purchases that I got for them. And I also had gotten them, because they love horses, a little, I forget what it was called, but it's a little farm, like a little barn and a little stall for some horses. So they have that. And so they're kind of building out the ranch now. And so what they are going to get for sure, either for their birthday or Christmas this year individually, I don't know who for who, but I've got these little goodies here. And these are not from the spirit theme, but it just goes with the fact that it's a ranch or a farm. This is a chicken coop. And it's like multiple layers for them to roost on. There's eggs to gather, an egg basket, and a really cute girl with a little flower shirt and pants on, and little chicks and nests and things, and a rooster. It's so great. They are gonna flip out. So we'll add that to the scene. And then this is Rabbit Hutch, and there's two of them actually, and little doors that open. There's squirrels, baby bunnies, big bunnies, carrots, little grassy areas. And then I got this one for two reasons. It's got a boy in it, so they can add a boy to the mix. And then they both love horses, so this sweet little pony. And then the pony has some special things like a blanket and a matching I want to say harness, but I feel like that's not the right bridle. Is that right? To go on. So I got to figure out who's getting for which birthday and which part of Christmas or whatever. But at 40% off, I couldn't pass that up. So fun. And then one last one to share. And this is for the same girls. And those girls, again, they love animals and kitties and little things, and they're always playing like doctor to take care of the animals or whatever. It's a whole scene. So this one is phenomenal. I'm trying to remember what they call this one here. The pet hotel, something like that it's called. And it's like a doggy daycare, cat daycare kind of a thing. And the detail is amazing. They have, of course, all the dogs and cats, but there's a bathing area with a pull-off shower nozzle to wash them, and a bucket. And there's dog houses. There's dog bowls that are raised up just like in real life, and little hot dogs, and a mop to mop the floor, ball to play with. There's leashes to take them on walks. There's a doggy door. There's a cat area that's all enclosed, and they've got a little spot to climb and a little hammock to lay on. All kinds of little food items around, and there is boys and girls in this one. Little fenced in area to keep the dogs in one area. It's so cute. So, so cute. They're gonna just love it, love it, love it. And again, I went so overboard, it's not even funny. It was just so hard to pass up because the sale was so good. And I also kind of feel like I kind of want them set up so they can just enjoy it from here on out, instead of like, it's fine, to piece things together. That's fun too. But I kind of just wanted to bolster the main thing so that they had all these fun things while they're young. And they're so into the pretend right now that it's just so fun. Especially like the oldest one is 8, a boy. They're gonna start to age out of this stuff, and then these years are gone when you get to enjoy this kind of play. So I know it's a bit nuts, but you definitely can get things secondhand, and I am definitely a thrifter, and I've bought plenty of gifts secondhand, and I would have been happy to buy these secondhand if I would have found them anywhere. But time is of the essence. When Christmas is coming, you need to get your gifts, and that sale was so dang good. Anyway, well, I hope that was inspiring. I hope that gives you some ideas of how you might, if you want, start out your kids or grandkids in Playmobil, because there's just so many fun things to explore and play with, and it's ends up being something that can continually give you inspiration of what to get for gifts in the future, because you can always add to the sets or start up a whole new theme in a set. You can get small little $10 sets, or you can get $100 sets, and everything in between. You find them secondhand, at least around here. I find them secondhand advertised, different types of sets on Marketplace all the time. So I think there's a lot of potential. I think it's a really good area to consider for gift giving. Lego's the same thing. I could do a whole nother video on that, but I wanted to focus on Playmobil since I have plenty to share with you. Okay, well, that'll do it. And I did list everything down below in the description with links if you want to order any of this stuff up for Christmas. If anything strikes your fancy and you think that's it, that's what I need to get, go for it. That would be great. And if not, that's fine. In the future, maybe you'll just have this in the back of your mind, and it'll be something you can go to as a gift, whether it's for your own kids or a birthday party for other kids or whatever. It's just a fun thing. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.